I've been sharing English learning tips on Instagram for about 3 years, and here's something I noticed. So thankfully, I've received a lot of questions about how to study English. And one day I've noticed something interesting. So obviously, there are two types of people. People who get advice and improve their English really fast. People who keep asking for advice but never seem to improve their English and get lost. So, what's the difference? The answer is how they ask the questions. Those who improve their English really fast ask a really good questions. Specifically, when they ask a question, they always try to include their current situation and their goal. This makes a huge difference in getting a good advice. Imagine this. You're a second-year employee at a company, and one day a newcomer approached you and asked this question. Hey, can you recommend a good book? Now, would you be able to give them a perfect answer right away? Probably not, because you never know why they want to read a book. Are they struggling with how to communicate with their boss? Or they want to improve their presentation skills? Or they just want to read a book just to relax? Without knowing their goal or purposes, it's hard to give them a good advice. This is exactly what happens when people ask about their English study. So look at these questions. Some people ask questions like, do you know any good way to memorize vocabulary? Some people ask questions like this. I'm going to do working holiday in Australia next month. Now I'm learning of English vocabulary with a TOEIC textbook. But I feel like those vocabularies in the textbook are really difficult. Do you know any vocabulary book that includes practical conversational phrases? Did you see the difference? The second question is much better. If you can ask the specific question, you can get more specific advice. And if you get the better advice, it's much easier to take an action and get the result. That's why those who are good at asking a good question can improve their English really fast. So when you ask questions, always make sure you include these 3 things. What you are struggling with, when and where you want to use English, what exactly you want to know. If you include these 3 points, you'll get the better advice for sure. That will improve your English learning more and more. If you have ever felt stuck in your English learning, please ask yourself, do you ask a good question? Just one question can make a huge difference in your English learning.